Former CIA director admits guilt of intel agencies out to get Trump. I don't think I fully thought through the implications, by William Patterson for Guerrilla News. Former CIA Director Michael Morell admits that U.S. intelligence agencies were political and actions against Trump were taken too far. During the 2016 presidential election, both the FBI and CIA appeared to be openly supporting the Democratic nominee while also bashing Donald Trump. This unprofessional behavior continued after Trump was announced president, and the result has Brennan an all-out mistrust between our newest president and top-ranking officials from U.S. intelligence agencies. And now one former CIA director is revealing who's really to blame via Morell, who left the CIA in 2013 after serving as its acting director twice, endorsed Hillary Clinton in an August 2016 New York Times op-ed. Politico's Susan Glasner asked Morell if getting involved was a mistake, and the former CIA official said that it wasn't, but that there were downsides to it that I didn't think about at the time. I was concerned about what is the impact it would have on the agency, right? Very concerned about that, thought that through, but I didn't think I fully thought through the implications, Morell said. So let's put ourselves here in Donald Trump's shoes. So what does he see, right? He sees a former director of CIA and a former director of NSA, Mike Hayden, who I have the greatest respect for, criticizing him and his policies, right? And he could rightfully have said, what's going on with these intelligence guys, right? And then he sees a former acting director and deputy director of CIA criticizing him and endorsing his opponent, Morell continued. And then he gets his first intelligence briefing after becoming the Republican nominee. And within 24 to 48 hours, there are leaks out of that are critical of him and his then National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn. And so this stuff starts to build. Let's just take a listen. He concluded, so I think there was a significant downside to those of us who became political in that moment. So if I could have thought of that, would I have ended up in a different place? I don't know, but it's something I didn't think about.
We start this evening with another dissenting voice in President Trump's so-called Russiagate collusion scandal. The mainstream media rarely questions the evidence of the intelligence community. The Trump campaign colluded with Russia during the 2016 election. Now, after a slew of retractions and corrections, another prominent member of the intelligence community with a history of targeting Russia is casting doubt on the entire narrative. RT correspondent Anya Parampil is with us this evening following this story. Tell us about this. This is more than interesting. Who's involved here?
That's right, Ed. Former CIA Director Michael Morell endorsed Hillary Clinton during the 2016 campaign, but now he's weighing in on Russiagate and saying he didn't fully think through the implications of that decision. Take a listen. Michael Morell is not known for his fondness of Donald Trump or the Russian government.
We need to make the Iranians pay a price in Syria. We need to make the Russians pay a price. The other thing
we make them pay the price by killing Russians?
Yes.
He once described President Trump as an unwilling agent of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Yet in an interview this week with the podcast Global Politico, Morell concedes special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into alleged collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia may result in, well, not much.
So I would not be surprised if Bob Mueller concludes that the Trump campaign did not violate the law with regard to its interactions with the Russians. I'm really open to that possibility. Why? Because as you know, the New York Times, the Washington Post, every media outlet that is worth its salt has reporters digging into this, and they haven't found anything. And I think that had there been something there, they would have found something. And I think Bob Mueller would have found it already and it would have leaked.
Morell also admitted his move to endorse Clinton in last year's election played into Trump's belief the intelligence agencies are indeed political, saying he didn't fully think through the implications. Morell's comments come as the mainstream press suffered yet another setback in the Russiagate narrative, as CNN was forced to correct a story which falsely stated members of the Trump campaign received advanced access to DNC emails released by WikiLeaks in September 2016. The correction is the latest in a long list of retractions issued in the rush to prove collusion and hacking in the press. In Washington, Anya Parampil, RT.
There you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.